Well, let's go to the United States, where the President Joe Biden has led his country to mark the 21st anniversary of the September 11th, 2001 terror attack on the World Trade Center in New York and the Pentagon. A year after President Biden ended the long and costly war in Afghanistan, the United States and its allies continue to launch response to terror attacks. Senior correspondent Sharon Ejason reports.
On September 11, 2001, 19 militants affiliated to the Islamist extremist group Al-Qaeda hijacked 4 airplanes and carried out suicide attacks on targets in the United States. 2 of the planes were flown into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York. A 3rd plane hit the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, just outside Washington, D.C., and the 4th crashed in a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Almost 3,000 people were killed during the 9/11 terror attacks, which triggered major U.S. initiatives to combat terrorism.
William E. Caswell.
In his remarks on the anniversary, President Biden recognized the impact of the 2001 attacks on the United States and the world. He honored the nearly 3,000 people killed that day when Al-Qaeda terrorists took control of commercial planes and crashed them into New York's World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and the Pennsylvania field. During the 2022 memorial event, a moment of silence was observed for the victims.
Refusing to stop the search through the destruction. They never stopped and would not. We learned about the extraordinary courage and resolve, as I said, of the passengers on board Flight 93, who understood that they were living the open, they were there in the middle of the open shot of a new war.
The families of those killed and our entire nation will forever remember the pain of this day. It was not just an attack on the passengers and crew aboard the aircraft, not just an attack on New York City or Washington, D.C. or Somerset County, Pennsylvania. It was an attack on our nation as a whole.
They cleaned wounds with bottled water. They used damp T-shirts as face masks to shield against the smoke so that they could keep on helping just a little longer. You know, one woman was crawling across the 2nd floor trying to escape when she came across a co-worker who had been in the same conference room when the plane hit. And the co-worker did not think that she could keep on going.
The President was joined by family members of the fallen, first responders who were at the Pentagon that day, as well as Defense Department leadership for the annual moment of tribute carried out in New York City, the Pentagon, and Summer Country, Pennsylvania.